Four dangerous mental diseases stop most people from becoming successful. They are not physical diseases, they are mental ones. And in The Magic of Thinking Big, David J. Schwartz called them excusitis. Today, I will share what this book taught me and why it changed the way I think. Everyone, welcome back to Vidya Deep. What if the only thing standing between you and a bigger life is the size of your thinking? Today, I'm sharing my thoughts on a book that genuinely boosted my mood and stretched my mindset. The Magic of Thinking Big by David J. Schwartz. After a long time, I read something that didn't just give motivation, it gave direction. And that is why I really wanted to review this book. I chose this book because I truly believe that success begins in the mind. Before we change our results, we must change our thinking. And this book focuses exactly on that idea. Not talent, not luck, not background, but thinking. And the author makes one thing clear, very clear, that success is not about how intelligent you are. It is about how big you think. That lines really stayed with me. The central message of this book is simple. Believe you can succeed and you will. But this belief is not blind positivity. It is practical belief. The author explains that our thoughts directly influence our actions, and our actions create our results. If we think small, we act small. If we think big, we act big. He constantly reminds us to see ourselves as capable, even before the world sees us that way. One of the most powerful concepts in this book is something the author calls excusitis. Not just excuses, but excusitis. He describes it like a disease of the mind, a disease that quietly stops us from growing. And honestly, while reading this chapter, I paused because I recognize these patterns in everyday life. The first, the first one is health excusitis. This is when we say things like, I'm not feeling completely well right now, so maybe I shouldn't start this today. Or sometimes, once my health improves, I'll start. So many times it's not even serious health issues or health problems, just tiredness, small discomforts, or lack of energy that become reason for delay. Then comes intelligence excusitis. This sounds like, I'm not smart enough for that. I didn't study at a top college. Others are more talented than me. And slowly we start believing success belongs only to brilliant people, and quietly we step back. The third one is age excusitis. Have you ever heard someone say, I'm too young? No one will listen. Or the opposite. Now I'm too old to start something new. According to Schwartz, both are just stories we tell ourselves to stay comfortable. And finally, luck excusitis. This sounds like they are just lucky. They had better connections. Opportunities never come my way. Instead of creating opportunities, we blame luck. And one line from this chapter really stayed in my mind is that is, successful people don't have fewer problems, they simply have fewer excuses. Another lesson that touched me deeply was about not berating yourself. The author clearly says never talk negatively about yourself. Don't call yourself stupid. Don't keep replaying your mistakes again and again. Because when you insult yourself, your mind believes it. Instead, encourage yourself. Respect yourself. Confidence grows when your self-talk becomes stronger. Another beautiful idea in this book is about thinking well about others. When we constantly criticize, complain, or gossip, our thinking becomes smaller. But when we look for good qualities in others, our own mindset expands. And that was a beautiful reminder. The book also talks about goals. Very clearly, the author says people without clear goals often remain average. You must write your goals, you must see them clearly, because when the mind has directions, it starts working towards it. Another chapter Another chapter talks about leadership thinking. A real leader does not blame people. A real leader encourages growth. A real leader focuses on solutions and progress. And if we want to grow in life, we must develop this kind of thinking. One more powerful idea from the book is talk about ideas, not people. Small thinkers discuss people. Big thinkers discuss ideas, solutions, and possibilities. Another point the author talks about is solitude. He suggests that sometimes we must step away from noise, spend time alone with our thoughts, because quiet moments help us reflect, plan, and think bigger. In solitude, we often discover clarity, and finally, the biggest takeaway for me was this: we are often not limited by our circumstances, we are limited by our imagination. This is not just a feel good motivational book, it actually makes you reflect. Sometimes it feels like the author is directly asking you questions. Are you thinking small? Are you making excuses? Are you underestimating yourself? And that is exactly what makes this book powerful. This is not a very fast uh, book to read. You need to pause, reflect, and sometimes reread parts. But if you apply even a small percentage of these ideas, you will notice a shift in your thinking. So if you feel stuck right now, if your goals feel smaller, or if you simply need a mental reset, I truly recommend this book. Because sometimes the biggest change in life begins with one simple decision. If you enjoyed this review, tell me in the comments what is one excuse or maybe excusitis you want to remove from your life. I would love to read your thoughts and see how you are planning to think bigger. Remember, sometimes the smallest change in your thinking can create biggest change in your life. Keep growing, keep learning, and keep thinking big. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.